good to be back. It's good to be back. You know, it's been it's been a long freaking week. It's been a long freaking month. January, it's already January. I filmed the first episode of this podcast like end of December. It's been a couple weeks. But it's a good thing that I'm pre-filming a couple of these because I just want to see, like how engagement does and just sort of just like I'm testing the waters. I'm testing the waters on this. But you know what? It's good to be back. It's good to be back in front of a camera. Hey, it's your host, John Scholes, aka jacrispyturtle. That was actually that was terrible. That was really cliche. I'm sorry. Wow. The things that have happened this week. I cut myself on a razor blade. That was crazy. I fell in the parking lot at work and got my whole pant leg dirty. That was embarrassing. Had to go into work middle afternoon. I'm so thankful no one saw me. Fell behind a Dollar General. Like I was... Oh, God. How stupid was I? I wasn't careful on the ice. Was basically running. And I fell. That's what you get. Funny story. There was this one time, I was, 7th grade, 8th grade? I was in middle school. And I was going to my mom's house. And, my dad dropped me off. I had to pick up my bag so I could come to my dad's house for the weekend. And I was running up the steps in the wintertime. And, dumb little me didn't realize how icy the steps were. Fell. Do you know my whole leg bruised? Bleeding, skin just scraped off of my leg. Just like, it was bruised for weeks. However, I got a pass out of gym. Thank you for getting me a pass out of gym because I hated gym class in middle school. And you want to know what I didn't like more than that gym class? The gym teacher. That's what I didn't like. And everyone knew I didn't like him. I have a thing with gym teachers of not liking them. Because even in high school, we got a new high school gym teacher when I was in 10th grade. Misogynistic. Was just so clingy to this group of boys in high school. Very weird. I ended up reporting him. I reported a lot of people in high school. Actually. Anyways, I don't know why I'm talking about this. Welcome back to the pod. Welcome back to Stay Crispy. So happy to be here. 2025 has already been crazy. We've been doing a lot of things. A lot of things have been happening. And this thing right here, wow, it's been overwhelming. It's been good, but it's been overwhelming. But we've started some of our goals. Give us a round of applause. Woo! We have started some of our 2025 goals. Last pod, I talked about how I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. I believe, if you say you're going to do it, you have to want to do it. You have to put in the effort. If you're not willing to put in the effort, don't even say you're going to do it. Don't lie to yourself. However, I believe in goals. Goals need to be achievable. They need to be realistic. And you need to grow in them. If your goal is to save, if your goal is to pay off a student loan in 2025, it's not going to happen in a month. However, if you achieve, your small steps, you step 1, step 2, step 3, milestone, we're halfway there. That's achievable. Okay. So my theme for 2025 is investing. I'm investing in myself. I'm investing my money. And, I'm investing in growth in all areas of life. And the first thing I did was I signed up for a high yield savings account. I know, the bare minimum. Okay, the bare minimum that we could be doing in 2025. But I finally did it. And so I signed up with Ally Bank, okay, because the other ones, with SoFi, you need to put in so much money a month in order to get, the same like interest margin every single month. I wanted mine to be a little bit more realistic. Okay, so I went with Ally Bank, and I get a 3.8% interest rate on the money that I put in. I'm pretty sure I have to put in $250 a month, which is achievable. Okay, so I did that. Started looking into a Roth IRA. Okay, not a traditional IRA because my job will certainly not match my contribution. That's for sure. And also I don't have reliable enough income. I don't know. I don't have salary. I don't know what I'm getting every week. Okay. Also, I started budgeting. 2025, we started a budget. Guys, it's crazy. Adulting is adulting for real. Like, adulting is adulting for real. We're doing a lot of things. It's going really good. But you know what? Another thing I'm investing in my education. Okay? Because we've been going through a little identity crisis. Not like an identity crisis, like, oh my gosh, but like a career crisis. I went to school. I mentioned I went to school, got my bachelor's in linguistics, love languages. That's never going to go away. However, a lot of things have happened in my life where they've been like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing for the rest of my life? Okay. So, I wanted to be an interpreter. That was like my big goal. I wanted to be an ASL interpreter, get my certifications in Spanish, and really just be a multilingual interpreter if I could. And then I got introduced to teaching, English as a second language, English as a foreign language. My plan was to go to Brazil. I went to Brazil summer 2023, and had an internship there for 2 months where I was teaching English as a foreign language. Loved it, wanted to go back. That didn't work out. Now I'm sort of just being like, okay, what am I supposed to be doing with my life? And we've come to the conclusion, I think I need to take another year to figure this out, because I've been considering going to med school. Pause. I know what you're thinking. That's a lot of money and that's a lot of time. I know. Okay, I know. But these past couple weeks, I'll get into this later. Past couple weeks, I've been rewatching Grey's Anatomy. Say what you want about Grey's Anatomy. It's not a great medical show. However, with all the inaccuracies that it has and how many things it gets wrong, something about it reinvigorated something in me from my childhood. Now, for some context, in middle school, my dream was to go to med school. 7th grade, don't need to go to med school for this, but 7th grade, I wanted to be a forensic anthropologist. I really was in love with, the human body. I was starting to get into it. It was my first ever biology class, and taking that, I was like, wow, this is something that I'm really, really, really interested in. And when we started learning about the human body, something in me just like started shifting, and got into forensic anthropology, started memorizing the skeletal system. Then after a while, it fell off. 8th grade, I wanted to be a neurosurgeon, and really that's never gone away. I've always been fascinated with the brain. I've always been sort of into neuroscience, not in the sense of like, I'm like 100% into it. Like, I don't want to study it for like the rest of my life. But however, things like Alzheimer's and second language acquisition and things like that stuff is interesting. That stuff has always grabbed my attention. When I took neuroscience in college, I loved that class because I'm sort of, my love for language and my love for the human body was sort of, intermingled. And it was becoming such a great asset for my education and possibly what I want to do for the rest of my life. And then that sort of fell off. And then 9th grade, I wanted to get into clinical psychology and be a clinical psychologist for like criminals or, people with have you ever seen Gothica with Halle Berry and Robert Downey Jr.? That kind of psychology. just like severe issues that people need help with, and to serve other people and to help other people heal, and to sort of figure out life and figure out, what's going on in here. That's always been fascinating to me. What is going on in here? Whether it's communication, Vanessa Van Edwards, not to bring her up so early, communication, language, memories, and, things like Alzheimer's and, degenerative brain disorders, and just like that stuff is so interesting to me. Might not be for everyone else, but it's interesting to me. And rewatching Grey's Anatomy has really just brought back all of these feelings of, in a past life, I would have went to med school. I would have, but things happened in which I thought, oh, well, maybe med school isn't for me. First of all, COVID happened. That brought me down the drain real quick. I was not living the life that I thought I should have been living. My mental health was just bad in general. And I wasn't doing good at chemistry. Something just wasn't clicking in chemistry. And obviously, you need chemistry in order to go to med school. Okay, I know that. And so what I've started doing is I'm relearning chemistry. I downloaded a chemistry textbook, and then I downloaded Chemistry for Dummies, Organic Chemistry for Dummies, Biochemistry for Dummies, and Physics for Dummies, because I know if I were to ever go to med school, I would still need to take these classes. However, I don't like failing. I think if you're going to med school, you don't want to fail, obviously. And I want to commit this time to investing into this possible adventure for my life. I want to take that time. And so not only am I going to be studying this in my free time and, I'm reading a medical textbook right now. I forget which one it is, but it's a really popular medical textbook. I'm pretty sure it's like 1,600 pages. But I'm reading it. I can tell you anything about acidosis and electrolyte and potassium disorders. Something everyone needs to know. And I am also potentially going to take an EMT course this summer, because going to med school, that's crazy, first of all. But also, it's not crazy, but like, you need to be dedicated. And I'm dedicated. I know I can do it. I know I'm smart enough to do it. But you also need to be able to handle the pressure. It's very high tense. You need to be able to use the knowledge that you have in your brain and apply it to this situation, and be able to do all this stuff. So I'm taking the EMT course. Hopefully this summer. I signed up. So I can start to learn that about myself. Can I do this? Is this an achievable goal? And if that works out and I like it, I'm going to go on to get my paramedic license, hopefully, for the state of New York. And because you need experience, and coming out of college, the only science class I took was, environmental science and then a required science at my college. And I didn't really take anything else. Didn't take math, didn't do anything medically, didn't do anything regarding that. And I need experience. So also, hopefully, going in that field and sort of allowing myself to be like, okay, is this something I want to do? That will also be beneficial. Not only will I have a certification, something that, oh, well, I can do this for a job, but it gets me experience for my med school application, and it will allow me to possibly find volunteer opportunities for that. And so I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited to be learning this. I feel like, because I'm a learning person, I constantly want to learn. I constantly want to intake information. And I'm such a sponge for information. And so I know that part of it won't be hard. But the journey I know will be hard. But if I put my mind to it and, I really pray about it and just invest my time and my energy slowly but efficiently into this, if something comes out of it, something comes out of it. And, if this isn't what I want to do for the rest of my life, I always have teaching, I can go get my master's, or, something else will come along the way. But for right now, my focus is just on, continuing to live my life, focusing on this and just investing into the future. However, I also need to invest in the now. And I don't want to get emotional, but just these past couple weeks, it's just been a roller coaster. 2025 has been a roller coaster of emotions. And I went to visit my best friend in Indiana. And it was really good to see her. We did so many fun things. And then I came back and I felt so alone. It was like, wow. Like when you are around people that you love and then you come back to an environment that doesn't treat you well, and just like sitting in an environment and with people that just drain you, and you're just sitting with that, it just takes everything out of you. And I just feel so numb and just like emotionless to it all. Like like I'm doing this and I'm investing in myself, and like I came back and I'm just like, I'm tired. I'm tired of not being able to do what I want to do. And I'm tired of not being able to see the people that I want to see. Like all I do is sit here in my room, because this little studio area is in my room. I sit in this room because home life isn't that great. Go to work where work is terrible and that environment is terrible. And really the only friends that I get to see are my friend down the street and my other friend Paige. And that's not enough. That is not enough. When I am such a community person, and as a Christian, I'm like, we are supposed to be community minded. And maybe it's because I'm feeling this way because I haven't been to church in a couple weeks. Just like so many things have been happening. I went to Indiana, New Year's happened. I wasn't able to go. And and then I wasn't feeling well last week. I just got over being sick. Not sick, but like I had congestion in my throat and was beating on my chest like a freaking gorilla. And because I just was coughing so much and I wanted to get it out. Oh, just like maybe that's why, but like I'm constantly stir crazy and I'm constantly never able to see the people that I want to see. And all I can do is, FaceTime a couple of my friends and like text my friends that, half the time don't text me back, and then half the time I don't text them back. And then it seems like some people don't want to talk to me, or some people are talking to me like too much and I get overwhelmed. And just like, I'm starting to get to the point where like, I don't know how to regulate these interactions. I don't know how to internalize them and process. And like, I talk to my good friend Erin and like all is fine and dandy when I talk to her. But then like anyone else talks to me and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm psychoanalyzing them, and it's like, oh, like this text doesn't, like I'm not around my friends enough to know like, okay, what's going on in their lives. And like partially that's my fault because I'm not reaching out enough and I feel like I'm too busy. And at the same time, I know it's a two-way street, but like I feel like I could be doing so much more, and I just feel like there's so much on my plate. And I want to be able to invest in my relationships, and I want to be able to invest in my friends, but like I feel like no one's investing in me. Like I'm the only one investing in me right now. And that's really hard. And I just need my friends, and it's hard to not have a car. It's hard, I'm saving up for a car. I'm really figuring things out. I'm hopefully going to have a car within the next couple months, but I rarely ever get to see any of my friends. And especially since, now everyone's back at college. Now everyone's busy again. And I'm here working with all this free time. And now like, oh, like my friends don't have time for me. Like, I know that's not true, but sometimes that's how it feels. Is like my friends don't have time for me, or like, oh, I'm just so busy. Like, can we, talk another time? Or like, it feels like when I text them, like, oh, I'm intruding, Or maybe I shouldn't text them right now because they're doing other things. And like, I just don't know. It's been really hard. But getting off of that, going to see my best friend Sam was just such, it was so needed. It was so needed. Just, we had great food. We hung out and like watched a lot of TV. And I tried Sweet Green for the first time. That was really good. We weren't able to go to Taco Bell, unfortunately. But you know what? All is fine and good because got to try Sweet Green. Got to eat McAllister's again. Pause. Whoever doesn't know McAllister's is this amazing sandwich place. And they have the best lemonade. I will always put a Wendy's mango pineapple lemonade first. However, a McAllister's lemonade, that's like a close second. Like, that's some of the best lemonade I've ever had in my life. And we got milkshakes. It was a snowstorm. A snowstorm on the last day in Indiana. And got milkshakes trudging through like half a foot of snow in my walking running shoes, and we're trudging through the snow and my shoes are all soaking wet, and we get milkshakes like it's freezing cold outside. And we watched plenty of movies. Okay, we watched oh gosh, what did we watch? We watched Pretty Woman, which, let's explain the plot of Pretty Woman. Okay, Pretty Woman is Julia Roberts, who is essentially a woman who lives on the street. Don't know if I can say the word here on YouTube, but if you get the gist. And she meets this rich man who then hires her to like be like his girlfriend for the weekend, like go to like meetings and like make him look good and stuff like that. And essentially this rich man falls in love with this girl that like, lives on the street and like has no money and stuff like that. I really liked the movie, however, incredibly unrealistic. And then we watched Pretty in Pink, which, again, I thought was super unrealistic. They fall in love after not talking to each other all movie. What? And then they like see each other outside of like, I'm pretty sure it was a funeral or something like that. Oh, now they're gonna fall in love. What? It was okay. It was cute. It just like, it didn't hit. And then we watched this other movie. I can't even remember. It was so bad. I thought it was so bad. But the whole time we were trying to find all these movies, and my friend's family was like, we want to culture you. We need to culture you. It was just her dad saying this. And, oh, you need to watch this. You need to watch this. You need to watch this. I've seen old movies. You want to know what you haven't seen? Inception by Christopher Nolan. Haven't seen that. Haven't seen Interstellar. Haven't seen all these other movies. Okay, you want to culture me? No. Let me culture you. Let me give you a list. We'll flip-flop. And then you can let me know what's going on. Okay? But the movies were fine. But overall, it was just so nice to be able to spend time with her. We also went axe throwing. Axe throwing was fun. We not only axe threw, but they also had like ninja stars. And overall, I was better at axe throwing and my friend was better at ninja stars. However, they also had like these knives and they were sort of shaped like this. I was terrible at them. Bounced off every single time. Didn't get them in. However, my friend was also good at those. And we really wanted to do an escape room. And the person at the axe throwing place recommended an escape room. However, we didn't end up doing that, but that's fine. And yeah, I love Indiana. It's just so fun. And Indiana, the place right next to her is like apparently like the capital of roundabouts in the United States. If that's like, sorry, I just burped. I don't know if that's like a thing, but yeah, like the capital of roundabouts. Okay. And there's like so many like fun things to like do. And like you can get like ice cream made with like nitrogen gas or something like that. And like nitrogen gas like freezes the ice cream and stuff like that. Cool stuff. But that was something that, like, we both had never done, and it was good to, like, experience something like that we've never done. We were thinking about doing Top Golf. I'm not a golfer. Okay, I'm not a golfer. And also, we looked up, apparently, you see all these videos, TikTok's getting banned in a couple days. I'm filming this, by the way, sorry. I'm filming this on January 17th. Okay, that's like almost a month since my last episode. But we looked up if it's possible, because we keep seeing these videos, or at least I've kept seeing these videos of people being able to, like, oh, I hit the golf ball over the net at Topgolf and now I'm getting kicked out. Apparently that's, like, super rare. But unless you, like, bring your own golf balls, then maybe. But, like, apparently it's, like, super rare to do that. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But I don't really know the science behind all that. And so it was nice to get away. It was just nice to get away from life and just be able to focus on me and my best friend and, talking about our futures. And, like, I would explain to her this whole med school thing. And because I've only talked to a couple friends about it, no one really knows that as of late. But if you're watching this podcast, you now know. So, but yeah, so we were talking about that. And, talk about life, and, she's going to school and getting an apartment, and I'm contemplating moving to her city where she's going to grad school so that I can go to grad school there, and then, I'll have my best friend in the same city. We're contemplating that. We're really just thinking about it. We're praying about it. But it was so nice to just get away from customers, because if there's one thing that I just cannot stand are the customers that we get at my job. It's just, I had this one lady. I was bagging her groceries, and I was just going through it that day. I was just really in my head about, like, a lot of things, and I wasn't thinking, and I put, like, her ice cream and stuff at the bottom of her bag, and then I started putting, because we have, like, a deli, and so, like, we sell, like, fried chicken and stuff like that, and I went to put a bag of fried chicken on top of her ice cream. So as I'm doing that, she goes, you know what? I'm so happy that I was never a bagger of groceries. I was never a grocery bagger when I was younger, because then I would make silly mistakes like putting fried chicken on top of ice cream. The way that my face went from, oh my gosh. Why? And of course she was older. It's every single old person always has something going on in their lives that they have to make everyone else around them feel miserable. I don't know what it is. I was talking last episode how I want to grow in patience. Yeah, people like her make me not patient. If people were just decent human beings all the time, regardless of if you have crippling arthritis, regardless of if your marriage is happy or not, regardless of how much money you have on your food, on your WIC or your EBT, why can't we all just be happy? And why can't we all just spread positive energy to other people instead of putting other people down? Because I had this other customer, and I could recognize that, like, something was going on up here. And so I was like, okay, let me just hone it in. It's okay. Let's be patient as possible. And, something was going on where I just misunderstood him, and he started raising his voice at me. But you know what? I understand that, and so I'm able to keep my composure. Because I understand that there are some things lacking in possibly comprehension, possibly, just like communicative abilities. I understand that. So I'm able to keep my composure when I'm around those people because it's okay. That woman had no excuse. People like me, and with no deficits, with no disabilities, with no, we can cut those people some slack because, like, their normal is not my normal. And you know what? But my job is not to cater people. My job, I'm literally just there to check you out and bag your groceries. And you snapping at me and giving me attitude and just being overall degenerative and rude makes me want to just throw your groceries on the floor. Really, that's literally what it makes me want to do. And I don't know why people just have to have something wrong with them all the time. Like, we please just get you out of the store? Can you just leave? Like, all of that breath that she wasted to insult me could have been used to walk out the door. But no, she had to waste some oxygen for the rest of us so she could get those words out. And then she was like, "Have a nice day. You guys have a wonderful day." Okay, so your words aren't meeting your behavior, but that's fine because obviously we're all hypocrites. We're all hypocrites, okay? Just like people are so irritating. People are so irritating. And that's why I need my friends. I know, my friends aren't irritating. I love being around my friends, and like being around, the same two people all the time, like love them to pieces. I will never get tired of being around them. However, some diversity would be nice, but we don't get everything that we want. And, my friends are all in college and, they're living their lives and I'm here and that's my reality and their reality is different than mine. However, I just really miss my friends. That's the end of that. Okay. So going back to what I was talking about, because I was talking about my friend Erin, I was on the phone with Erin and we have come up with the best idea for me. And that idea is one day when I can afford to do this, instead of living in an apartment for who knows how long, I can buy a plot of land and I'm getting a tiny home. Guys, it's a great idea. It's a great idea. An average tiny home is about 450 to 600 feet, okay? If I can get a tiny home for $599, okay, 599 square feet, get myself a nice quarter acre, half acre of land, which, by the way, a half acre of land should only be like $4,000. Do you want to know what people are selling land for in 2025? My friend, she lives in Maine. My friend Erin, she has a plot of land, a quarter acre of land available in her neighborhood, $85,000. Are you on crack? Who is spending $85,000 on a quarter acre of land? A quarter acre. $85,000 is 2 cars. That's about a third of a ginormous house for a single person. No, I'm going to ask $85,000 for a quarter acre. Or not even. I'm pretty sure it was like 0.21. Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? And the average, when you look it up on Google, is about $4,000. What is going on? Capitalism. That's what's going on. And I'm sick of it. I'm just so sick of this. I don't want to get banned. I'm so sick of things going on in this country. I'm so sick, and I don't want to get political, but you know what? Maybe we have to. I'm so sick of the things that the government is doing and the things that are just going. TikTok getting banned. Oh, but I can afford groceries. Living a somewhat decent wage for it's not decent at all, but I'm able to save a lot of money. I still can't buy a new car. Can't afford that. But I also can't get government help or anything like that. Not that I want the frickin' government's help, okay? But can't get that because I make too much. Oh, but these people, doing XYZ over here, they can get help. And why is America not investing in America? Why does America not want to contribute to their own society? We care so much about other people. Oh, but we can't have the best of the best because we want to fool Americans into believing that we are the best of the best and that we have the best of the best. Oh, but when people don't want to fly Boeing planes anymore, oh, we can't have any other planes because, oh, if we get Chinese planes, oh, we can't do that because we hate China. You know what? Let's talk about it. So TikTok is getting banned, okay? Everyone's flocking to Red Note, okay? I'm not going to try to pronounce the name in Chinese because I don't want to butcher it. Okay? I just want to be respectful. Okay? I want to be respectful. And I've been loving it. I'm on Red Note because who cares? Meta has my data. Elon Musk probably has my data. Everyone has my data, okay? Why do I care? And anyways, TikTok is owned by a CEO that is Singaporean. Okay, ByteDance might have affiliation with China. Okay, but at the end of the day, who cares? Meta is literally tracking everything I do through Wi-Fi. If I have Facebook on my phone, I'm deleting that, by the way. Okay, I'm deleting that. Oh, but we care about TikTok because TikTok is a national security threat. It's a national security threat, and they're buying our data, and they're infiltrating. The only virus in this country is the U.S. government. That's where I'm going to end that. I'm not going to speak anymore because I don't want to get banned. I've probably already said too much. But I've been loving Red Note. And it is a Chinese app. And okay, so many people are joining Red Note. It's been great to learn about Chinese culture. Never learned about that before. Haven't ever interacted with a lot of Chinese people before until now. It's been a great cultural exchange. We're learning so much about other people. We're learning about each other's economies and each other's lifestyles, each other's food. And it's just a really interactive community so far. It's not our app. Everyone's calling us refugees. No, this is a political statement. That's why everyone's downloading Red Note. Because Red Note isn't supposed to be our new TikTok. Downloading Red Note is, hey government, you're a bunch of hypocrites and liars. We don't trust you, so let's shove this in your face. That's really what it is. And I want to be a part of that. Because how ridiculous. And then the Supreme Court just ruled today that banning TikTok doesn't violate free speech. Okay. All right. Right. Okay. So when I go on Instagram and and I don't really post about politics in general, that's changing, clearly. But, when someone wants to post about, stuff going on in the Middle East, oh, this is getting taken down for possibly not being true. What happened to free speech? What happened to free speech then? Because it's not in line with your political agenda. So therefore, sorry, we're going to have to shut you down. It's political censorship. We are in the day and age where we're finally starting to wake up. Americans are finally starting to wake up and realize that we are not the first world country that we thought we were. Okay? We certainly have it better than a lot of countries. That is a fact. Okay? Our economy is really good as of right now. And, we have a lot of things going for us. However, the government is just, how do I say this? The government basically is an oligarchy. Okay? And an oligarchy of tech, an oligarchy of media, and all the people at the top, okay, getting their hands on our government, and now all of us at the bottom are like, hey, don't do that. Too late, they already did. Because we don't have any power anymore. We have opinions, and we think that that's freedom, but we don't have any choices because the people at the top are making the choices for us. Okay? And isn't it interesting that the Supreme Court voted 7-0 on the TikTok ban? That should say something in and of itself. 7-0. Someone's pocket is always lined. It doesn't matter who you are. Someone's pocket is... Someone always has a hand in someone else's pockets. I'm ending it right here. I want to move on to other things I want to talk about. Okay? And the next thing that I want to talk about is I have been loving the new Pokemon game. Okay? I'm a big Pokemon fan. Everyone add me on Pokemon TCG Pocket at jacrispyturtle. Okay, let's do some trades when that becomes available. Which I have a bone to pick with Pokemon about that. Because who are you to tell me that I am only able to trade specific Pokemon? Why can't I just do it all? Why do you care? Like, I can only trade a 1 to 4 star with a 1 to 4 star? No! I want my Celebi full art! I have 2 Celebis. I have the regular Celebi EX, and I have the, illustration. I want the blue and lime green full art Celebi that's, really cool. I want that. Haven't gotten it yet. I should be able to trade that if I want to. I should be able to trade for that. And if my friend, who doesn't care about Pokemon, wants a freaking Magikarp for that Celebi, I should be able to have it. I should be able to have it. Why are you trying to dictate what Pokemon I trade and what I don't? Just let me be. Let me play Pokemon. Let me have my fun. Let me collect the cards that you want me to collect. I don't understand. It's actually irritating. It's actually irritating me that they released that statement on Instagram. Bro, why do you care so much? Why do you care what Pokemon I'm trading? Okay? Anyways, I've been loving the app. Other than that really irritated me. But I've been loving the app. It's been really hard to level up because I've bought everything that I can buy. I've bought all the hourglasses. I bought all the freaking what are they called? I haven't bought the Wonder Shares and everything, but I have all the trainer cards. Yes, that's what it is. I bought all the trainer cards that were available to purchase and all this stuff. And so it's been kind of slow. I just need February to come because I need the updates. I need the new packs. I just need more. I need more. Okay. And okay. And then Night Agent. Night Agent Season 2 is coming out on January 23rd. Guys, I am so excited. I am so excited for Night Agent. Guys, let me tell you the premise. Okay? Night Agent is about Peter Sutherland. And what's her name? I forget. Let me look that up. Night Agent. Rose Larkin, yes, okay? So, basically, Peter Sutherland works with the FBI. And he was, involved... Well, he basically stopped, a terrorist attack on a train station in Washington, D.C. And, a year goes by, and Peter Sutherland starts working in the specific sector of the FBI, and he gets a call over this private line from Rose Larkin. And Rose Larkin is... the niece of 2 apparent FBI agents who get murdered. And she calls them, police come to protect her from these killers that end up seeing her and stuff like that. And they start unraveling a conspiracy within the White House. Okay? Not to say that this is speaking about anything current. However, watch Night Agent and see things for yourself. Okay, so Rose Larkin and Peter Sutherland start just unraveling. Why the heck were my aunt and uncle murdered? What is a Night Agent? What's going on? Why are these people after me? What were they involved? What were my aunt and uncle involved in? And it gets really crazy. And just so many people within the White House are just involved in this cover up, in this conspiracy, and this collection of power, and just I just like go watch it. That's what I want to say. Go watch it. It's really good. I would recommend this to anyone who likes crime shows, that likes mystery shows, drama shows, because really it's just a combination of all of that crime, drama, and there might be a little romance for all those romance lovers out there. Might be a little romance. Okay, so enough about that. Okay, you might be wondering, and I have multiple bones to pick with Grey's Anatomy. Okay, as you can see, I have a Grey's Anatomy blanket right here. I am a big Grey's Anatomy fan, and I have come to realize, rewatching Grey's Anatomy, that early Derek was such a hypocrite. I don't know how I didn't realize that when I was in high school. I have multiple theories about that. Okay. Rewatching it now, I just want to punch Derek sometimes. Because Derek, in the beginning, was such a manipulator. Like, he was... First of all, it was bad. No matter how many times he tries to defend himself, it was actually terrible that he didn't tell Meredith that he was married. Oh, but we were separated. Okay, Ross and Rachel. Okay? Just because you were on a break, or you weren't on a break, doesn't make it true. Okay? Doesn't mean that it was okay. And what he did just wasn't okay. And he treated her like trash and called her some really bad names in the stairwell, if you know, you know, which was completely uncalled for. Meredith was not innocent at all in this, okay? It was not innocent at all. But the way that their relationship is just so dramatic, and I'm finally on season 5 now, and if you know where I'm at in the show, beginning of season 5, you know that the candle scene just happened. Okay, you know that episode? They were involved, Derek and Meredith were involved in a clinical trial where they were trying to test if a virus going into a tumor will shrink it. Okay, basically the gist. And, patients were dying. And, this young girl who was going to live or die, came in for the clinical trial. Richard Weber was like, you can't do this trial anymore. This is the last one. And Derek got mad at her and was like, you know what? I'm done with you. I don't want anything to do with you anymore because this is sick and you're making this girl do it. First of all, the girl chose of her own free will because she was going to die anyways. It ended up working. Oh, now you want to share the bottle of champagne with her because it was a success on the 13th time. Oh, so just because it was a success, you're going to take back everything you just said to her hours earlier. And Meredith is just going to forgive everything that he just said to her hours earlier because your patient lived. Make that make sense. They are just such a back and forth couple. And honestly, it feels like a pendulum. Back and forth. That's what it feels like watching. I'm watching an emotional pendulum game of just, I hate you, I love you. I hate you, I love you. That's what it is. It makes me so sick. Season 3? Season 4. The early season 4 and end of season 3. All of it was, I'm going to break up with you, Derek, because I'm not ready to be in a serious relationship with you, but I'm going to keep you on your tail, and I'm going to give you all of this love, and I'm just going to shower you with everything, but when you try to get deep with me, even though that's what she wanted in the beginning, but now that you want to get deep with me, I don't want it anymore. So you wanted him to get deep with you and to share things with you. Oh, but then you found out that he was married. Oh, but that was too deep. So now we have to go back and, you don't want to be involved with him anymore. Oh, but then you want him to pick me and choose you and, love you for who you are and yada, yada. Dramatic as all that was. Okay. They just don't make sense. And I love them later on in the show. I need to keep watching to make sure that that's true. Okay? I love them later on. But, guys, just shut up. Just stop moving, stop kissing, stop talking, stop touching each other for just 1 second of your life, okay? And let's use our brain cells and let's just calm down, okay? Because they're just so involved, and I know that they work together. They're just so involved with each other, and it makes me mad. Like, you guys can live your life separately, and like, oh, Meredith is dating this one person, I'm going to chase after her. Oh, Derek is dating this one person, I'm still going to mess with him. What? This just is not realistic. Can you guys just stop being so self-involved and just so involved with each other and let each other breathe? No, there's no breathing here. No breathing. And then George and Izzy. George and Izzy are one of the most insufferable couples ever. They should have never been together, first of all. And, okay, I'm going to say something really controversial. And I want you to stick with me, okay? George is an actual terrible person. George is a terrible, terrible person. Not only did that whole, like, syphilis thing happen where, like, he was just so immature. And he was in the right. However, he treated that nurse person like crap, even though he was right. And while your feelings are valid, you still need to treat people with love and kindness. He didn't do that, okay? And then irrationally gets married to Callie after, like, knowing her for, like, not that long. They get married, has a terrible relationship with her, cheats on her with Izzy, and then apparently they fell in love after Izzy, fell in love 5 other times with other men. Oh, this is true love this time. They're together for 1 episode and they break up because they can't have intercourse with each other anymore because they weren't drunk and it wasn't the right time and now we're just going to stay friends. They are terrible. These are terrible people. I do not support them as people. Izzy, no. I don't care that she gets cancer at the end of or the middle of season 5 and then, she leaves in season 6 and Alex is heartbroken. I don't care. These are fictional people. I don't care that you got cancer. If you're a real person, I would be different, okay? But these people don't exist, so I get to have anything I want to say about them. It's all valid. Okay, I don't care that you have cancer. The things that go wrong in your life don't excuse the fact that what you did was terrible. And you can't use that stuff as an excuse. And they constantly are just excuse. How about I just punch you in the face? That's what I want to do. And that's the other thing about TV shows at this time. Why is there always a blonde and brunette cheating with each other? One Tree Hill had that. Peyton and freaking Lucas cheating on Brooke, of all people. Brooke Davis. Not once, but twice. That was a thing. That's the only one. me saying it's a pattern, but like that's the only one. I don't get it. Like why? Like, oh my gosh. And I understand that these are dramas, and I know, but like they just irritate me. These people irritate me to no end, and I'm just sick of it. And so I'm happy. And yeah, and now Hunt is back. I can't wait to talk about Hunt. I have so much to say about Hunt. I have so much to say about Teddy when she comes. I have so much to say about Maggie. Where is she? Maggie? No, Maggie right here. I wish I could cross her face off on this blanket. I can't stand her. Oh my God. Let's take a deep breath. And you want to know what it was? It was never that serious. It's just TV. But I get so emotionally invested in these people. But to close out today, obviously we're going to do the album of the week. Okay, so album of the week is an artist of the week. We have to do artist of the week as well. So artist of the week, okay. Shout out to Sydney Rose. I have been listening to some of her stuff recently. Unmade Bed is just so good. I love Unmade Bed by Sydney Rose. Her whole album got me through my senior year, okay? I'm pretty sure it was her first full album that she produced. That got me through. That, like, whenever I was on my computer and my headphones were on, that album, hours on repeat, okay? That's my shout out. Y'all should go listen to Sydney Rose's album, okay? But artist of the week, her name is Grace Binion, okay? And she is a Christian pop artist, I would say. And everyone online, when, people were posting on TikTok and now it's dying, they've been, like, comparing her to, like, Gracie Abrams and stuff like that. But I've been loving her, so you should go check her out. I will be leaving their information down below. But you guys should go check her out. And with that, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Sorry that I went on multiple rants this episode. But you know what? Some things need to be said. Did I need to say all of it? No. But like I said last episode, this is my podcast. I get to say what I want, when I want to. No apologies, okay? So, that's it, and I'll see you in the next one.